Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would do a makeup tag that I have seen that's been going around YouTube quite a bit. It was originally started by the very well known YouTuber and much loved by me, Jaclyn Hill. I adore her so much. I never fail to miss an upload by her. She is such a big inspiration to me. So when I saw that she started this tag, I thought I'd hop on board and do it. So we have quite a few products to get going through, so let's get into it. So this is obviously called the Ride or Die makeup tag, and quite a few of these selections are pretty easy, some were on the harder side, but we're going to start with primers and kind of work our way through like the stages that I would be doing my makeup in normally. And for my Ride or Die face primer, it would have to be the Benefit Pore Professional. This is the very first high-end primer I ever tried, as I have quite large pores, so I prefer to use a smoothing primer or a primer that can help reduce the size of my pores. This is just one of those silicone based primers, and it just helps smooth out the skin, and I just apply it into my T-zone on my forehead and onto my chin. It also does a great job of keeping my makeup on all day long and just helping it stay in place really well and helping my foundation apply a lot smoother. As for eyeshadow primer, I have like an insane problem where my eyeshadow just won't stay on no matter what primer I use, but this is the primer that I found helps the most. And it's the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. This is actually a travel size version that I currently have, but this is just the 24-hour anti-crease eyeshadow primer. As I just said, I have quite oily eyelids, so no matter what primer I use, my eyeshadow will always crease, but I feel like this one does the best job. So now we're going to move on to foundations, and I thought I'd do one high-end favourite and one drugstore favourite. So for my drugstore favourite, we have the L'Oreal 24 Infallible Matte Foundation. I have spoken about this on my channel a bit before, but it is basically a high coverage matte foundation. It lasts really well on my skin. It covers any redness, blemishes on my skin. It lasts all day. It's not cakey at all, and it's just really great. And it's also a very great price point as well. And as for my high-end foundation, it is of course the very ever so trusty MAC Studio Fix Fluid. This was the first high-end foundation I ever bought, and I heard a lot of other YouTubers talking about it, so I thought I would try it for myself, and I have to say it has been my holy grail foundation ever since. It's the foundation I'll always travel with, that I'll always use if I'm going to events or something. It just does a great job of covering everything. It lasts all day, pretty much the same as the L'Oreal Infallible Matte, but just a bit better, I would say. It does cost about £23 or so, I believe. So obviously it is a high-end foundation, but it's amazing, and the MAC does do foundations that go as pale as me, so that's also great. And if you're wondering, my shade in MAC is NW10. Now we're going to move on to concealer, and this is probably also a very obvious choice, as a lot of people have been talking about this concealer this year, and for good reasons as well. It is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. Now, before this, I was using the NARS Creamy Concealer, and that is also an amazing concealer, but I would find it would crease throughout the day on me no matter what powder I tried to set it with, which was very frustrating because it's a very good concealer and it covers very well and it's a very nice formula. But then I tried this and I was completely blown away. It's, I would say, a very slightly less coverage than the NARS Creamy Concealer, but the consistency isn't as thick, so that means it doesn't crease under my eyes at all. I always set my concealer with a loose powder either way just to make sure that it doesn't crease, but it never creases. It blends out amazingly, covers everything, and it looks very nice under my eyes, and it's not drying at all. Now we have my favourite powder, which is kind of a boring thing to talk about. I don't know, like in all of like the makeup products in the makeup world, I have to say powder is probably the least interesting one, but either way, I do have a favourite powder, and it is the Charlotte Tilbury the Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder, and of course I'm in the shade 1 Fair. But yes, I recently discovered this powder earlier this year, and it's just like your standard powder, but this one, the packaging is amazing. It's so shiny and pretty, and I adore Charlotte Tilbury products as well. It is a very luxury brand, but all of their products are outstanding and I could talk about them all day long. But this powder just does a great job of making my foundation stay matte all throughout the day. It also helps blurs my skin, and it's just a great powder, to be honest. And now we're going to move on to my favourite ever blusher, which was kind of also a hard choice as well, because this is probably one of like my favourite makeup products. But I've gone with the Too Faced Sweethearts blush, which was also my very first high-end blush that I ever got. It looks like this, and as you can see, there is kind of 3 separate colours within the blush itself, so it's quite nice as you can sort of aim your blush into whichever colours you desire for that day or look. And of course it's Too Faced. The packaging is adorable. I love Too Faced products so much, if you know me. But anyway, this blush, what I love about it is just very glowy on the skin, and it gives a very luminous finish. It's not like, it's pigmented, but it's not overly pigmented, so you can't go overboard with this blush. And it also just goes with any look that I wish to do, and it's just so pretty. I just adore this blush so much. Next up is bronzer, and I'm going to be talking about the Benefit Hoola bronzer. This bronzer is a massive cult favourite amongst the beauty community out there for many reasons. It comes with a little brush as well, which is pretty handy if you're travelling, and a tiny mirror up there as well. Benefit is quite well known for their boxed blush products, and being pale like me, I do find it quite hard to find a bronzer that goes well with my skin tone. It doesn't look too like orange or dirty on my skin, so I gave this a go, and it's amazing. It's great for contouring, it's great for overall bronzing. It blends out super well, and yeah, it gives a very nice sharp contour as well, if you can see there. And it's just really awesome, and also I like how small it is, so it's great to travel with as well. Next up is highlighter. I also found this quite hard to choose this one, as I really do love my glow. I cannot go a day without wearing highlighter. I can't talk today. But I have to say, my ride or die highlighter would have to be Mary Lou by the Balm, which is another very massive cult favourite within the beauty community. It is just, it's just the most beautiful highlighter ever. It's not overly chunky or glittery. It blends really well into the skin, and it's not like too like bam in your face, but it's enough to say like I have glow going on here. I'm wearing highlighter, you know. And again, it goes with any look, and it also suits very fair people like me, which is nice. As there are a lot of highlighters out there which I would like to try, but sadly they are a bit too more golden in tone, and they wouldn't really suit my skin tone. Next was probably the category I found the hardest to choose, as eyeshadow is probably my favourite kind of makeup product. I really enjoy choosing what eyeshadow look I'm going to be wearing for that day. It's the one thing that I probably own like the most out of. I have like every single Too Faced chocolate bar palette, and I have to say the original chocolate bar palette came very close second to this one, which is the Naked One. I love this palette for many reasons. I love it mainly because of this gold tone here, Half Baked. If you can see, it's the one that I use the most. I love my golds, and I love neutral tones. I am more of a warm tone girl, so I often wear these with like in combination with more warmer tone shadows, but this palette is just a great all-rounder. I can do a whole range of looks with this. Not to mention Urban Decay shadows are great. They're pigmented, they blend well, they're like one of the most outstanding eyeshadow brands out there in my opinion. I also own the Naked 3, which I also adore, but this one is always going to be my favourite. I take it everywhere with me if I travel, and I can never be parted from this. Next, we're nearly at the end, we are getting there. It's mascara, and I found this quite easy actually, as I'm very picky with what mascaras I use. I like one that does everything for me. It volumizes, it lengthens, and it's not clumpy. So when I discovered this, I was very excited, and it's the L'Oreal False Lash Sculpt. L'Oreal was well known for doing really good mascaras, and from the ones that I've tried so far, I would definitely agree with that, but this is my favourite one. It's got a plastic believe I actually spoke about this in my favourites last month actually, so yeah. But it's got a plastic one like that, and it probably looks like it's going to do absolutely nothing, but trust me, it's great from getting to the root to the tip of your lash, and it gives a very cat eye effect, which is what I quite like in my mascara, so I love this for that reason. And it's under £10 as well. And lastly, we're going to be talking about eyebrow products. First of all, I have the eyebrow pencil that I use every single day, which you can all probably guess, it's the Anastasia Brow Definer. Oh gosh, this product, wow. Yeah, I am currently using the Brow Definer. I have used the Brow Wiz and I do love that as well, but I do prefer the Brow Definer as it's got more of a defined tip to it, and I find that it fills in my brows a lot faster than using the Brow Wiz itself. This is just an amazing brow pencil. I find with the pointed end, I can really define my brows and give it very hair-like strokes. And it also comes with a spoolie on the end, which is very handy as well. I'm never parted from this. Recently actually had a very sad incident where I got my brow definer out on the train just to like give my brows a quick brush through, as they are very unruly, and I dropped it down the side of the train. I wanted to cry. I was so upset, but I went and ordered one on next day delivery off Beauty Bay, and I got it the next day, thank God, as this is the only product that I like to fill my brows in with. I have tried the new Benefit Brow range, but I just found that it couldn't compare to this. Like, it just didn't do as good as a job. And then when it comes to my brows, I always have to set them, and I love this brow gel so much. It's the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper, which again, you've probably heard a lot about. It's just this standard brow gel. This of course is blonde, but it really makes my brows look a lot fuller, and it just helps define the hairs more and make my brows look a lot less kind of like flat and one-dimensional, and it just keeps a great job of making my brows stay in place all day. Take 3 of my outro. Let's see if we can do this time. So that's it for my ride or die makeup products. Let me know in the comments down below which are yours. I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to like this before you go, as I would appreciate that a lot. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys.